Environmentalists chant this every day at COP City.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, fossil fuels have got to go, hey, hey!
A call for an end to the dirtiest sources of the planet's power, coal, oil and gas.
Here that the fossil fuel interests are very present at this conference. So it's also very important that younger generations, that the people who are affected by this crisis are holding against it.
Demands echoed by a coalition of more than 80 countries.
There is no alternative than to drive down emissions and to phase out fossil.
Climate protesters took over the OPEC pavilion to underscore that point. The massive oil-producing alliance has been stalling talks at COP28, opposing strong language in the final text on phasing out fossil fuels.
For this phase out to be fair, the historic polluters Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom and the European Union should take the lead.
But major oil and gas producers aren't budging yet on the issue. The OPEC Secretary General is urging members to reject any language targeting production and released a statement saying there was, quote, undue and disproportionate pressure on fossil fuels.
There's an effort to limit and reduce production and use of fossil fuels, particularly oil and gas. They see that as a threat.
It's the first time a UN climate summit has come this close to a global agreement on oil and gas. Leading up to today, a number of announcements on health, nature and renewable energy gave the summit momentum it desperately needed.
Everything is on the table for an outcome that will send a signal that it's responding to the climate crisis. But again, it's up to parties.
Governments have pledged financing to the Loss and Damage Fund, which is meant to help poorer nations overwhelmed by annual climate disasters. And governments here are working out the logistics, but with less than $1 billion pledged so far, when an estimated $400 billion is needed every year, I don't think anyone would be surprised if COP28 ends with the realization that more needed to be worked out when it comes to climate financing, and tougher discussions are needed to get the fossil fuel companies in line with Paris Accord targets. Regan Devine, TRT World, Dubai.